Hi. So I remember from last lockdown that my focus was completely shot out of the roof when lockdown was happening where I live. And now lockdown is happening again. And I already noticed that the last 2 weeks I had such trouble focusing. So if you recognize yourself in this, I will give some tips and tricks during this video of what I have learned the last week on trying to increase my focus and productivity. And yeah, I hope you learned something. So hi, I'm Charlotte Frassa, a PhD student in computational neuroscience in the Donders Institute in the Netherlands. And this month I want to spend a little bit on establishing some healthy habits or routines that can help me get through the, fourth lockdown? I'm not entirely sure anymore. What is time? What is memories? Anyways, so I want to establish some healthy habits and routines that can help me stay focused on my PhD and hopefully stay a little bit productive. So this week I had 3 things I really wanted to focus on. The first was deep work. The second was establishing some healthy habits for my body and my mind. And the last one was a little bit about mindset. So the first thing I focused on was deep work, and that's based on the book by Newport called Deep Work. And he really establishes this difference between deep work on the one hand and shallow work on the other hand. So deep work in your PhD or during your studies could be writing up your big projects, doing the coding, doing the really important basic things for your projects. And shallow work, on the other hand, is then reading emails, for example, or going to all these meetings or random lectures about productivity, which I go to a lot, but anyways, let's ignore that. So I wanted to establish this week a little bit more focus on deep work. And Cal Newport gives several tricks and little habits that you can establish. But I think the most important thing that he says is to just make time for deep work. So have a block of time that is solely focused on deep work. So for me, that's around 4 hours, I would say. So I usually have this block in the morning. But what I noticed lately is that I do have a little bit of trouble on focusing in the morning. So I want to create 2 blocks or even 3 blocks that I could have for deep work. So one is in the morning, one is in the afternoon, and one is in the evening. And that's not to say that I have to do every block deep work, but more to say that I have 3 chances in a day to do deep work, and I want to catch one of them. Because I notice in myself that sometimes if I'm not productive in the morning, I really get into this mindset of the day is lost, it doesn't matter anymore. I can just spend the entire day watching Netflix because my morning has been horrible. But I want to get out of this mindset and try to give myself 3 chances to do deep work and just try to catch one of them, and I will focus for 4 hours. And then I think I should be able to manage some deep work every day. The second thing I really wanted to focus on this week as well is to create a little bit healthy habits that I will force myself to do during the lockdown. Because I remember from last lockdown that I stopped sleeping on time, I stopped eating healthy, I ordered in all the time because I felt so sad for myself. And I also completely stopped exercising. So this year I want to be my own strict mom that tells me to wake up on time. I will try to eat at least 1 healthy cooked meal a day. And then lastly, I will do at least 1 hour of exercise outside if possible. Because I know when the gyms are closing, I get really down just because I cannot move. And I think the gyms are closing soon. So I need to get this habit set before everything is going down and the world is burning again. So yeah, hopefully I will manage that. And the last thing I also wanted to focus on this week is to remind myself that it's a marathon and not a sprint. And that's kind of to say that sometimes when I have a really bad day or an off day, I can beat myself up about it pretty bad, I would say. And I really just want to let it go. You know, if I have a bad day, to just get over it and keep on working. So this week I also really try to focus on that mindset. And I'm not really sure how one can change their mindset. So that's why I'm just saying it in the camera right now. But I think reminding myself here and there by putting little post-it notes, it's a marathon, it's a marathon, it's a marathon, will remind myself that it's not that bad if you sometimes lose a day. So yeah, these were the 3 things that I focused on, and I hoped you got some tips and tricks, or at least some inspiration of what to do. And if you are also struggling with focus, and you probably read a lot of blogs and things as well, so if you have some tips or tricks for me for the things you learned, I would love to hear them. So put them down in the comments below. And otherwise, see you next week for another focus week. Hopefully, yes. Okay. See you. Bye.